Good morning and welcome to Thought for the Day this Monday. And today is one of those little milestone days in ministry because it's the 100th day since I was licensed as priest in charge, since I became priest for the parishes of Clanfield and Catherington. 100 days since licensing and 96 days since I shut the churches for all but private prayer, and 90 days since they were shut completely, all due to coronavirus and COVID-19. Well, I'm glad to say that we're working towards reopening for private prayer, and I do have a strong desire to achieve this safely, but also achieve it certainly before the 2nd of July, which would be the 100th day of church closure. So, what, other than closing the church buildings, have been done in the last 100 days? Well, I'll start with a few things that haven't been done. The school work that I really hoped to be well into by now hasn't really started, though I am doing some online collective worship with the junior school at the moment. The getting to know each other face to face to see how each of us ticks, that hasn't really started. Lots of things like that. A lot of things about relationship have been somewhat stalled, although there have been opportunities to get to know me a bit, I hope. But what have we been? Well, we have definitely been online, a bit like today. So not including this thought for the day, there are 108 videos thereabouts on Facebook, and between them, they've been viewed around about, and I might not have done the adding up quite right, but about 16,829 times. That's quite a lot of views. Add to that YouTube, which says there's been 3,300 views of more or less the same set of videos, and that's a total of 210 hours watched. And then our Church Near You page. It's not a 100-day statistic, but if I look on there, it tells me that in the last month, our pages have been visited 726 times. A lot of people, a lot of them you, but a lot of people coming and seeing what we've been putting out there. At the same time, we've seen new skills, people trying new things, and I've been so delighted, my heart being for equipping and sending, to see how many people have really just stepped into giving anything a go. That's really my heart. Give it a go and see what happens. And the results have been fantastic. But what about all those videos and those views? Well, Luke 8 contains this short parable. When a great crowd gathered and people from town after town came to him, he told them a parable. A sower went out to sow his seed, and as he sowed, some fell on the path and was trampled on, and the birds of the air ate it up. Some fell in on the rock, and as it grew up, it withered through lack of moisture. Some fell among thorns, and the thorns grew with it and choked it. Some fell into good soil, and when it grew, it produced 100-fold. As he said this to them, he called out, "Let anyone with ears hear." What we've been doing in the online presence is scattering seed, great big bagfuls of it. And my prayer is that we see at least some of that seed, perhaps more than not, land in good soil, in fertile soil, to see it doing that transformational work of the gospel, to see new people come to know our Lord Jesus through all that we've been doing and all everybody's been doing. So the dream that I spoke about on my first Sunday, my only Sunday set of services in the churches, that's not quite as far forward as it might be. But my plans are not the Lord's plans. And I just thank the Lord for all he's done, for all of you and all that you have been doing through COVID-19 to be witnesses for the kingdom. And I just pray that we see some of this seed land and we see that 30, 60, 100-fold growth that we see elsewhere in the Bible. That we welcome new disciples and that we just flourish and grow in God's kingdom. Amen.